Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Analysis paralysis. What is this and how to avoid this? So today I heard and I kind of reflected back on my own life and on how much we overanalyze things and try to learn everything to become perfect before we actually act on anything. So the problem with today's society is that there is so much information overload on the internet. You're watching this video, you're scrolling through Instagram, and there's so much fake motivation, there's so much information overload that our brains weren't meant to consume all this information. And when we do consume all this information, we could be put into this state of thinking, oh my God, I'm making so much progress, my life's getting so much better, everything's amazing, just through consumption of information. And when we consume all this information, we're thinking to ourselves, and our brain is psychologically thinking that we're getting stuff done. You know, we're consuming good or over-consuming good content, so we're actually being productive and no action is being taken. And this is an incredibly dangerous trap to get yourself into. I was in this trap for a very, very long time. I'd say like a year to 2 years almost, especially with my social media career and trying to build a personal brand. I was consuming all this information, trying to learn every inch of information that's possibly out there before I took any action, before I invested into a course to learn the necessary steps, before I invested into mentors to help me get to the point that I want to be at, because I thought I could achieve everything myself. I thought I could figure everything out on my own by consuming this absurd amount of information before action. And what I've learned in the past couple of months by just taking action has been far greater. I've learned more about myself than any sort of self-help book, than any sort of guru teaches you anything online, than any sort of doom scrolling of information overload of motivational video after motivational video after motivational video after motivational video. Your mind's just like overloaded with this dopamine of thinking, oh my God, I'm doing such great things, I'm learning so much. But in reality, it's just another cycle that you've put yourself into. You might give yourself the excuse like I did, oh, I'm consuming better information though. You know, like I'm consuming information to learn, I'm consuming information to better myself. And yes, to a certain degree, you may be helping yourself by consuming this information. But at the end of the day, are you acting upon this information? Action will get you further than any sort of book. I can guarantee you that if somebody reads cover to cover a book about sales and how to become the greatest salesman in the world versus somebody who takes even just like a month, which is a very short time in a career, in a sales position, working 8 to 12 hour days, that one person in the experience of a month is going to be a far greater salesman and advanced in their career and learned a lot more with real life experience than that person who has read the sales book, even 3, 4, 5, 6 sales books, right? The biggest tip and the biggest thing that I wish I knew a year ago, even just a year ago, was to learn and instantly apply what I've learned. Don't wait 2 to 3 weeks to apply what you've learned. Apply it immediately and apply it with the information that you've learned, or everything that you're learning or teaching yourself is pointless. Why are you reading this self-help book if you aren't going to try to be in a better position with your mindset the next day? or the next moment right after finishing the chapter, the book, whatever. And this is a lot of the time what people that are starting to get into the gym or are too scared to get into the gym fall into this trap as well, is they watch all this fitness influencers videos. They spend time watching ab videos. I remember when I was young, I would watch 10-minute ab workouts. I'm sure everybody watching this video has done that once in their life. And yeah, you might do the ab workout, but then the next day all of a sudden you forget about it and you aren't doing it anymore. Why? Because you've created this hit of dopamine watching this video. You've gotten this spike of motivation. You're motivated for a moment, and then where did it go? You haven't built a habit, you haven't built a routine, and you haven't built a structure around the information that you're learning. The number one thing that you need to do to get anywhere or to move up to the next level is act upon the information that you have been given. Act upon the things that you have learned. That's why in school, and I know a lot of people shit on school, but school teaches some very, very good fundamentals and basics in life, and everybody requires and I think needs a sort of standard and basic education. But that's another video I think I'll make. Is when you are taught something in school, what is the professor, what is the teacher, what does the substitute usually tell you right after? Do your homework. Do your homework. Why? Because all the information that you have just learned from the lecture, all the information that has just been taught to you in the class is fresh in your mind. You have literally just an hour, 2 hours ago, have completed learning this information. Now what you have to do is apply the information. It's so fresh in your brain, you need to apply what you've learned. Why? So that you can move to the next step of understanding, move to the next step of learning the next step of information and immediately applying it. Action will take you so much more further than just downloading yourself with all this information. You need to be able to clearly take in the information that you are learning and applying it strategically. And the benefit of having mentors is they will keep you accountable, which is an amazing thing, but also they will teach you how to apply that action, how to apply what you have learned, and how to get to from point A to point B a lot faster than if you were just to act on that information alone. It might take you, 1,000 more motivational videos before you actually act upon the information that you were learned or given or read or watched. And B, you might not know how to put in that action. So somebody that's guiding you, for example, a mentor, will tell you, okay, let's say, for example, a fitness trainer. Okay, this is how you are going to train. This is why you're going to train like this, right? And it's good to learn at your own pace and by yourself at first. But if you want to reach that next level, you need somebody guiding you, or else you might be doing the thing, you're taking action, which is good, but you might be taking the wrong action. I was personally taking the wrong action this entire time. I didn't really understand the idea of building a personal brand. I didn't understand how to do the things I was doing. I was just doing things just to do them with no reason behind them. Not no reason because I had a reason, but no specific direction. I was just kind of going like this instead of like this, right? And if you're going like this, to point Z, right? Let's say you want to get from here to here, here to here. Instead of going like this, taking whatever, 3, 4, 5 years, somebody could take you like this. So let's say you are starting out in the gym, you're learning all these new machines, you're learning how to do bicep curls correctly, you're learning how to eat and structure your meals correctly. It might take you a year before you get to where you want to get to in a year. But somebody that's been doing it for 5, 6, 7, 8 years can take you what might take you a year, 3 months. So what you're paying for from other people, mentors, gurus, people wiser than you, is the same thing that you're paying for while you go to school, right? You don't go to school to, yes, you go to school to learn, but I don't know how to structure this sentence. Give me a second. You don't go to school to figure it out necessarily. You go to school to learn from somebody who has already figured it out and is willing to share their process, their journey, their experiences with you. That's why when we're younger, we're so ignorant. We think we know best when we're young children. We think that, oh, who's gonna listen to this teacher? They don't know jack, right? They don't know anything that's good for me. But you don't understand that they've already been in the situation that you've been in. Now they are just trying to help you. And yes, you have to pay for them because money is just an exchange of energy. But let's say you are going to study to become a doctor, right? You figuring out how to do this surgery on this specific patient, let's say it is a heart surgery. First of all, nobody is going to let you operate on their heart without you knowing how to do it, and nobody is going to let you figure out how to operate on their heart by yourself. You need somebody to guide you, to teach you the necessary steps, the necessary things you need to do in life to operate on this person's heart correctly. And they've already acquired this knowledge and have experienced it and have done it thousands, if not 10,000s of times. Okay, maybe not 10,000 because that would be absurd. Let's say hundreds, if not thousands of times, right? So you're paying this institution to learn from somebody experienced. And I think this school system gets shit on a lot, especially with our younger generation. And it's necessarily not bad if you approach it with the right mindset. I know a lot of people like to shit on the school system, but mostly those are the people that are just lazy, who think they're better than the system just because they've acquired a lot of money. I think that the school system personally is good for basic level education. Like if you hear of high school dropouts, it's like, okay buddy, like finish high school at least. I understand maybe you don't want to go to university and college, but you want to go pursue a business of some sort. Holy shit, that was a beat. But you can really see the difference between somebody who has at least finished basic level of education, like high school, versus somebody who hasn't at least completed high school. Their values, their morals, their just basic ideologies are that of somebody who is less humble than somebody who has gone through the struggle of school. And yes, high school is in a sense easy compared to like second level education systems, but it does have its own difficulties for that certain age group, which is, I think, something that a lot of young people won't put themselves through, the difficulties of studying, of learning, of trying to pay attention. And I'm not saying everybody is meant for the school system, because I was definitely one person who couldn't stand sitting still in class, but I just did it because I knew. And this is what I love about watching anime and learning different character developments, is the hard stuff and the things that you don't want to do are the things that intrinsically make you a better person. They make your character, they develop your character, it puts you through situations, and it teaches you, back to the main point, of taking action. You need to take action to be able to get good grades, right? Like, the things that you might learn are pretty bullshit, but the overall structure and idea of absorbing information and then acting on that information teaches you from a very young age, which a lot of people now in this generation do not whatsoever implement, is sponge information and then squeeze it out through action. And I think I'm going to end the video there, because that is an amazing point. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Subscribe if you're new. Gonna be trying to upload as frequently as possible. I don't want to say every day, because I haven't been consistent with every day, because I've got a life as well, and I've been trying to do many other things personally as well. But I'm gonna leave you like I always leave you: create, overconsume, serve others, and love everyone. Peace.